How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Too Fast to Duelist. Tell a friend, Red Eye Gaming's back again, baby. How are you doing today, Dakota?
Oh, not too bad. Started a new job, so I'm on a new schedule and still getting adjusted to it.
Little sleepy boy.
A little tired, yeah.
Joined the club. It never gets old. You never get used to it. You just kind of live with it.
I'm hoping that it's gonna pan out pretty well because it's only 4 days a week, so I'm actually gonna have a 3-day weekend.
That is nice. If I had the option to do 4 10-hour days, I would do that.
Yeah, kind of just, get the band-aid, rip it off, get it over with.
But not 12s. Fuck 12s.
Yeah, fuck that. That's a bit too much. Even right now, it's like by the time that I get to my last 3 hours, I'm really feeling it.
But on a different note.
YuGiOh.
So, YuGiOh. It's time to explain the series. So this is a speed duel series for those of you who are not familiar, where we each have a wheel in front of us with all the skills remaining we have not yet been assigned. We will then each spin a wheel. We'll each spin it one time to get assigned a skill. We will come back together after we have assigned our skills to deck build with a time limit of 20 minutes. After that, we come together for match best 2 out of 3, and we see who essentially got screwed over harder at this rate. Whose wheel dicked them over worse.
We've gotten some bad ones recently.
Yes, we have. I would like to get away from ones that focus on archetypes or attributes, and a lot of them.
I would like to stay away from ones that are just what was it, like 2002 printed cards.
Just flat buffs for no reason.
Yeah.
Intro's out of the way. Dakota, shall we find out what skills we're playing with this week?
Sure, let's do it.
All right, guys, let's spin the wheel and let's see what we're working with this week. The Machine Menace. Probably a Bandit Keith skill, if I had to guess. Okay, I was wrong. The Machine Menace is an Esperoba skill. For activation, flip this card over when you activate this skill. For the effect, once per duel, if your opponent controls a face-up trap, tribute 1 machine or psychic monster you control, special summon 1 Jinzo from hand or graveyard. Well, this is not great because Dakota almost never uses like face-up trap cards. At least continuous ones. Well, I guess I'm making a Jinzo machine deck, so let's get it there and see what we can do with it.
All right, guys, here we are. We are back at the wheel. Let's go ahead, give it a spin, see what fate has given us today. Iron Grit. This is a Joey skill. Okay, Iron Grit, Joey skill. At the start of the duel, flip this card over. For the effect, GEARFRIED, the Iron Knight or Knights you control are unaffected by card effects. Very simple. So it is pretty cool that you can make GEARFRIED essentially a towers, but he's not exactly like the biggest tower. He already has the effect that he destroys any equip card that equips to him. That's going to be pretty good for the trap card, but I'm not sure if there's a way to make him harder to out. I think all in all, this is probably going to end up being a control kind of strategy, but all right, GEARFRIED, let's do it.
All right, guys, so we're here after the 20-minute time limit, and with my deck, I decided to focus on machines because with my skill revolving around me tributing a psychic or a machine type monster to get the Jinzo on the field, I went looking at what we have. There are only 2 psychics in all of Speed Duel, and they're both pretty garbage for what I wanted to do. And I was having a very tough time picking out like any specific archetypes or playstyles I wanted to get to, so I kind of just went for like throw shit at the wall and hope it sticks.
This is a bucket of shit. If someone throws shit at us, we throw shit back at them. We start a shit fight. We throw so much shit back at them that they can't pick up shit, they can't throw shit, they can't do shit.
Starting off with 3 Last Sphere. Dakota's been using this recently, and I've used it before, so it's a good way to get some burn damage and destroy some monsters in there. 2 Blowback Dragons to destroy some cards and hopefully be a bit of an offensive wall. Twin Barrel Dragon for a normal summon that can also pop cards. Jinzo, the star of the show, 2 copies of him. Book of Moon. I didn't want to play like Wall of Disruption or anything, and I wanted to get some stall cards in here, so Book of Moon it is. Cosmos Challenging, possibly the dumbest pick in this this deck list. It has a pretty stupid first effect, but the second effect is the reason I played it. When your opponent draws for their normal draw in their draw phase, while you control Jinzo, you can declare 1 card type, monster, spell, or trap. Your opponent then reveals the card they drew. If it is the declared card type, send the card to the graveyard, and then you get to draw a card. Next up, Cyber Energy Shock, 1 copy. It's a quick play that works with Jinzo. If I control Jinzo, I can target a card on the field and destroy it, and if it was a trap, I can apply one of these effects, either negate the effects of a face-up card on the field until the end of this turn, or all Jinzo I control gain 800 attack. Hammer Shot to destroy a high attack monster on the field. Soul Exchange to tribute Dakota's monsters instead of mine. Hero Emerges to cheat out the Blowback Dragon and or the Jinzo. And Zoma for some cheekiness as well as some burn damage to round it out. Side deck, I have Cyber Dragon. It's pretty self-explanatory. It's an easy special summon. Going second, it's a machine, so it fits the strategy here. Spell Canceller, just in case Dakota's playing a lot of spell cards or some really powerful spell cards, I can use this with, say, Hero Emerges or even Soul Exchange to make it so that no spell cards can be activated, just like how Jinzo does to traps. Mask of the Accursed and Night Beam and Nobleman all make returns, and Waking the Dragon has made its return finally. This is kind of just like a last-ditch effort if he is popping some back row cards. And to go with that, I do have 3 Ultimate Ancient Gear Gold and keeping the machine strategy alive. Again, I'm just throwing shit and hoping it sticks. I got some burn in here. I got some pop in here. Hopefully, the machines can show up today and we can pull a win out of our ass, essentially. But let's get out there and let's see what we can do.
All right, guys, the 20 minutes is up. I did actually need all of it, surprisingly. I thought this was actually going to be pretty simple, but I tried to be careful with some of the card choices that I selected. Obviously, based on the skill, we're playing 3 copies of GEARFRIED. We're playing 1 Battle Survivor. At the end of the battle phase, you can add a card that, from your graveyard to your hand, except for Battle Survivor, that was sent there during the battle phase that while you controlled this face-up card. So this is a good way to recycle some of my spells or my traps. 3 DD Warrior Lady, this is just a pretty good tech card that I can actually search off of Rhoda. 3 Blastsphere, just as an annoying card to set, just in case if I don't have access to the GEARFRIED or he has like a big body that I can't just run over. 2 Rhoda to search our warriors. 3 Shrink to cut his monsters in half. Mirror Wall to cut his monsters in half. 1 Zoma just to have a other monster that I can summon, and because like hopefully if I'm in control of the game and I'm actually getting some chip damage in there, maybe Zoma can actually just close out the game. And 2 Widespread Ruin. For the side deck, we're playing 2 copies of Waking the Dragon because we are playing a lot of back row. If he does decide to side into some back row removal cards, he might end up running into this. 1 Mask of the Accursed, 1 Nobleman, 1 Tribute to the Doom, and 1 Exile Force, because just in case if I need extra removal in terms of monsters, this is also just searchable by Rhoda. For the extra deck, we're just playing some targets. We have the Arcana Knight Joker. He's just a big beater. Cyber End Dragon does piercing battle damage. Ojama King, if he doesn't have any monsters, I can just clog up all 3 of his zones. And 1 Ojama Knight, just in case if he already has 1 monster, I can just summon this instead and just clog up the other 2. So that's the deck. Control the game state a little bit. Hopefully we get access to the GEARFRIED right away. But with that out of the way, let's just go ahead and get into the game. All right, buddy, here we are, game 1. How are you feeling about, I guess, 1, your skill, and 2, your deck?
Not good and worse.
Oh, man.
I did get what I wanted, I guess. My skill is not focused around 4 archetypes, or I did it again. Not focused around 4 attributes at once.
Yeah.
It is a lot more specific. However, I found it very difficult to build a deck around, especially because the ban list came into factor quite a bit.
Ooh,
Boulder matchup.
yeah, here we go. Ah, man.
All right, I'm gonna take the not so common thing, and I'm gonna go first. Actually,
Oh, okay, sure.
might dick me over. Let's see.
We will see.
Ooh, we got a Joey and an Esperoba matchup.
Oh, man, look at this. I have to flip mine over right away.
Iron Grit. GEARFRIED the Iron Knight you control are unaffected by card effects. Wow.
He's a towers.
Okay. Mine is not flip over right away, so you may at some point get to see what mine is. I'll go standby main.
Sure.
I'll just set 1, set 2, and I'll pass to you.
All right, I will draw. We'll go
Not
standby.
exactly an ideal hand, but
Yeah.
I'll work with it.
I'm also going to set 1, and I'm going to normal summon GEARFRIED the Iron Knight.
I see.
We're going to go straight to battle, and I'm going to get in there.
Okay, well, luckily this isn't affecting your GEARFRIED, but I do have a Hero Emerges.
Oh, okay.
Shall I shuffle my hand? Ba-boom, bada-boom. Take your pick, big boy.
That one.
That will special summon my Blowback Dragon.
Oh, shit, son.
Unfortunately, again, you are unaffected, so I cannot pop him.
At least with card effects, you can easily just run over this guy, but I'm going to have to pass.
Stand by to main.
I can't believe you were telling me that you were struggling to build a deck and you ended up going back to Hero Emerges Blowback.
If it ain't broke. But you'll see. There's a reason. There's a reason.
Sure, sure.
I might not ever get to use my skill because I called it out when I read it. I was like, you don't ever usually play the means for me to activate my skill, so I might not get to ever use it.
Oh, okay.
Unless you changed up your strategy all of a sudden, but we'll see. All normal, the twin barrel dragon.
Sure.
I will use its effect targeting your back row.
Okay.
So I need 2 heads.
Look at that.
Oh, okay, never mind. I will declare blowback on your back row.
Sure.
Go on, 2 heads.
That's 1.
That's 1.
That's 2.
That's 2.
Okay.
What is your back row?
Mirror wall.
Ooh, nice hit, nice hit. We'll go battle.
Sure.
I'll swing for 500.
I will take 5.
And I will swing for 17.
And I will take that as well.
All right, that is my turn.
I will draw. Stand by 2 main. Let's go ahead and we will set a card. And I will normal summon GEARFRIED the Iron Knight.
I just realized it is interesting that it makes your GEARFRIED unaffected by all card effects, not just mine.
Yeah, all cards. Battle.
Okay.
I will swing over.
Yep, I can't stop you there. Or can I? But I won't.
Back to you.
Stand by to main.
All good.
I'll declare blowback on your back row again.
Sure. Whiff,
heads, baby.
whiff. Oh, here we go.
Here we go.
Oops.
Damn,
Yes.
that's a whiff.
Let's go.
That is a whiff.
That is my Joey luck kicking in right there.
Yeah, it is.
I should have been playing Graceful and the Skull dice.
What are the odds that's another mirror wall or something similar? Probably pretty high. And right now, blowback is my only defensive option, as well as my only offensive option.
I'm really curious on like what the stipulation is for your skill. Something that I never do.
You hardly ever do. I'll set a card, and I'll see. I'll battle.
Sure.
Attempt for 5.
Mirror wall.
Fucking knew it. You opened 2 mirror walls, well, maybe, but either way, you had access to 2 mirror walls, 2 GEARFRIEDs to start.
Yeah.
I've seen 4 cards, and they've both been duplicates.
I don't know if it makes you feel better, but I did actually top deck it.
It kind of doesn't then, because then you've top decked 4. Your opening hand was 2 duplicates?
The
Or
GEARFRIED.
Did you draw the GEARFRIED?
I had the GEARFRIEDs.
Okay, so this guy goes down to
1150.
1150, so I would take 615 damage.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess that's my turn.
All right, I will draw. Standby. I will let this just fall off, and let's activate Rhoda. Kind of just want to thin out the deck. It seems to be you're having problems with this guy, so let's keep that trend going. We're gonna add the GEARFRIED. We're going to normal summon the GEARFRIED and go to battle.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Get in there. Oh shit! Oh, the blast sphere.
Have you noticed a pattern with my monsters yet?
Oh my god! Yeah, they're machines.
Stand by to main.
All good. Whoa! Damn, son, GEARFRIED. It only took a skill card that turned him into a towers to make him playable.
Not only playable, but a huge problem. It is game 2.
It is, buddy.
After a very strong start, I was thoroughly put in my place.
Yes, you were.
Think I'm gonna go second this time.
Okay.
Oh my god.
what a way to start there, bud. Let's go ahead and normal summon GEARFRIED. I'll set 1 and pass.
I guess I'll just normal twin barrel
Sure.
and use its effect on targeting your back row.
Yeah. That's 1.
Okay.
Ooh.
And nope, nothing. Well, I'm just gonna end there.
Oh shit, not even a back row. Okay. Let's go ahead and run out another GEARFRIED. We're gonna set another card and we're gonna go battle. Attack and direct. Back to you, bud. What? What is your hand? No hero emerges. Send a monster that was controlled.
I'm not playing that card for the first effect. I'm playing it for the second effect.
Wait a minute. So like, how does this card work?
So-
Like, do you send it?
So if I have Jinzo on the field, every time you draw for your draw phase, I declare monster, spell, or trap. If I call it right, you reveal the card. And if I called it right, that card goes to the graveyard, then I draw a card.
I remember seeing this card before, and I completely avoided it the last time that I was stuck with a robust skill card, just because that first line of text just sounds really bad.
It is. It really is.
I don't know how you're supposed to pull that off.
I would have to like creature swap you or something like that. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Once per duel, if your opponent controls a face-up trap, tribute a machine or psychic, then special summon Jinzo.
You never play continuous traps, really, or if you do, they're gone by my turn. Case in point, Mirror Wall.
Yeah. Yeah, does anyone ever actually pay the cost for Mirror Wall?
That's what I'm saying. So I was like, I'm probably never going to get to use that skill. Not to mention, it only pulls Jinzo from hand or graveyard, so I have to draw into it at some point.
Yeah.
The issue I ran into was, because it doesn't pull from deck, I wanted to run 2 copies of Jinzo to make sure I could draw one, even though I never did. But because Jinzo is on the limited 2 list, I couldn't play something like Tribute to the Doomed to dump it in the graveyard and use this effect easier.
Yeah, that kind of sucks too, because it's like Jinzo's at 2, but so is Allure of Darkness, and like you're playing Dark Machines.
Yeah, so is Allure of Darkness, so is Tribute to the Doomed, like I said, to dump it and get access to it early. Your skill giving your GEARFRIEDs full-on protection was horrible for my deck.
Yeah.
Absolutely horrible. Are you only playing GEARFRIEDs? Like, do you have any other monsters? How the hell did you manage to hard draw 2 of them both times? Okay. Jesus Christ. What a toxic deck. Jesus. What was that? Battle Survivor.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So essentially it gives me the ability to recycle Widespread, Mirror Wall, and Shrink.
I guess technically DD Warrior Lady too.
Yeah, DD Warrior Lady,
Because that gets
Zoma.
banished, so not graveyard.
It can get banished. I can let it just die.
Yeah. So my deck.
Yeah, you're playing like
because
no
I'm
normal
required
summons.
Because I'm required. No, that's not true. I have Twin Barrel Dragon in there. I also had Blastsphere, but I sided him out because why the fuck would I play him after seeing your skill? Yeah, because my skill requires me to tribute a machine or a psychic type monster, I decided, and there's only 2 psychic types and they're both pretty shit. But yeah, I couldn't really come up with a solid strategy around machines. So I went with like the Twin Barrel Dragon, Blowback Dragon, like kind of combo to try to pop cards. Cyber Dragon was the other issue I ran into because I wanted some extra monster presence for going second in case going first didn't work.
Yeah.
The only problem is Cyber Dragon is on the 3 list, and so is Book of Moon, and I wanted to play Book of Moon because my deck revolves around Jinzo. I didn't want to play a card like Wall Disruption. Yeah, and then most of the other support cards are just ask for your skill, because Hammer Shot wouldn't work, Mask of the Accursed doesn't work, Soul Exchange I believe doesn't work, unless it does, because it's tributing, but it targets, so probably not.
Yeah. I think that if you came to the conundrum of Book of Moon or Cyber Dragon when it comes to Jinzo, I still prefer the Cyber Dragon just because going second, you can just special the Cyber and then normal Jinzo. And if your opponent's playing trap cards, they're shut off.
Well, that'll do it for us today on Too Fast, Too Duelists. I said it at the top of the episode, and well, it came true. I thoroughly got screwed over here by my skill, and yeah, it turns out making your monsters unaffected by card effects when you specifically built a deck that revolves around card effects is a pretty poor matchup.
Yeah.
So I guess those are my closing thoughts. Dakota, do you have any?
Yeah, I don't like your skill.
Trash.
It's too dependent on like what it is that your opponent's playing, and I feel like this would only come up if you're going up against like Odeon, maybe.
Maybe, yeah. Like if you had like a trap monster, or if they had Zoma on the field or something.
I guess, but it's like I'm not sure how many people actually would main deck Zoma. It might be like more like a side or something, if anything.
Well, even then, it requires you to neg on the machine or second monster you control. And I went looking through the list, and there weren't any that gave you benefits off that.
As for my skill, I was very like unsure about it, but I think it definitely has its place. I think it probably has a weakness of backward removal, because you kind of need that to support your GEARFRIED. It's definitely not that strong when it comes to a deck strategy that is just very quickly able to establish big bodies constantly. But overall, I can see why people enjoy this skill. I had fun, and like it's cool that like because you're playing GEARFRIED, it's a warrior, it's a level 4. So that automatically makes you think of Rhoda, which then makes you think of other level 4 warriors. And they do have like some tactical cards to it, which is nice.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you again for your continued support on this channel. Thank you for getting us nearer to our goal of 100 subscribers so we can finally review Yu-Gi-Oh! The movie for you. And don't forget to tune in next week for more revision and Too Fast to Duelist. But until then, we will see you next time. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. I used this bit last night. Jesus.
I'm just gonna clip the same clip again to it.
Thank you. You're wonderful. You're great. Have a good night.
We love you. We'll see you again sooner than you fucking think. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other.